Hi guys, I am Tamika with HomeSource Staffing, and today we are going to talk about Arise Virtual Solutions. Before we get into today's video, I'd like to give you a little bit of information about myself. I have been servicing with Arise since 2011. I actually started servicing with them while I was working a full-time job in a call center. I had been there for 12 years. I started part-time with Arise, and by 2012, about 5 months into it, I had decided to leave my full-time job to become full-time with Arise. I serviced under another company for about 5 years, and then I started HomeSource Staffing, where I have helped many other agents service with Arise and become independent contractors for themselves. Now that we have that out of the way, let's talk a little bit about what Arise actually is. So Arise Virtual Solutions is basically just an online platform. It is a platform that connects companies who are looking for independent contractors to service their customers with people like you and me who want work from home jobs. To give an example of what I'm talking about, say your internet goes out. We all need our internet to work. So what is the first thing that we're going to do? We're going to call customer service or technical support and say, hey, my internet is not working. I need this issue resolved. The person that you're likely speaking with is working from home. They're either in the United States or they're in another country. Honestly, a lot of companies now do contract their work overseas because it is much cheaper. The labor is cheaper. They don't have to pay as much. But we get frustrated because a lot of times the agents that we're speaking with do not quite understand us. We can tell that they're reading from a script or we do not understand them. So the good thing about Arise is they are working with companies that have chosen to keep their customer service in the United States, and we get the best service possible that way, which is another reason that I love partnering with them. Arise does differ from other work from home companies in the way that you will need your own equipment. You have to keep in mind, you are not an employee when you partner with Arise. You are an independent contractor. And what that means is you work for yourself. You set your own schedule and you decide when you are going to work on your own terms, which is another reason I chose and that I love partnering with them. So with that being said, they do not send you a computer and things to work with. So you will need your own home office, of course, or a room in your house that is quiet. So when you are speaking with customers, there's no TV going, no dogs barking, no children in the background. You have to keep in mind that these companies want to keep up the appearance that you are in a call center. So all of the background noise that would indicate you are in your home should be silenced during your work hours. Also, you definitely need high-speed internet. You're going to be running a lot of systems at one time. So it is important that your equipment is good and that your internet is good. So that way you don't have all of the technical difficulties that would stop you from working. In addition to a quiet work area and awesome internet connection, you are going to need a computer or a laptop that does meet Arise's work qualifications and specifications, and you're also going to need a USB headset. I do recommend that your headset have a mute button just for those unforeseen instances where a family member or something may come in or, a noise or something may go off that you do not want your customer to hear. You can mute really quickly. That does happen, believe it or not. I have partnered with a great company called workathomesolutions.com. They do sell refurbished equipment. All of it has been tested to ensure excellent quality. And the good thing about them is that they already meet all of the specifications for Arise Virtual Solutions. So they are a great company. All of our office equipment is through there. All of my kids' personal computers are through there also. And we have not had any problems with them whatsoever. I will leave a link in the description if you'd like to check them out. They also offer payment plans. So if you do not want to pay the full price up front, they do split the payments up. I believe you pay every 2 weeks over the course of like a 6-week period. Don't quote me on that, but I'll leave the link in the description for their website. You can go there and check them out. They are an awesome resource that I definitely recommend. Once you decide that you are going to register on the Arise platform, you will notice that you'll have 3 choices. You can either decide to join another business, work as a sole proprietor, which basically means you go in it by yourself. You're not trying to have a business, but you're not trying to work under anyone else either. Or you can choose to start your own business. Now, I definitely do not recommend anyone trying to start their own business and bring other agents in under you when you don't know how things work. That is really just doing everybody a disservice when people do that. I see it a lot. It is not a good idea. I digress. You can certainly choose to be a sole proprietor if you just do not want to join another business. A lot of times what happens with that is people end up joining another business anyway, because once they get into it, they realize that it's a lot. You're trying to learn the Arise platform, handle all of the paperwork and the back end stuff, and also learn your client. Because you have to realize at the same time, you're going to be taking a certification class to learn whatever client you choose, to learn their programs and platform and policies, in addition to trying to learn how Arise works. It can all be very confusing. I mentioned earlier that I did start under another business. I worked under them for about 5 years. It is something that I do recommend, even if you eventually want to branch out and start working for yourself or even start a call center. It's never anything that I discourage anyone from doing, but I do feel that you should start with another company just so that you can learn the ropes and know exactly how things work. I mentioned certification classes, so let's get into that. I actually recently went back and took a certification class myself. It had been a long time since I had actually taken a class, even though, disclaimer, I've taken many classes before. I probably have serviced a total of about 7 clients. Not because I've ever had a contract canceled or I've been terminated from a client, but just because I get bored easily and I like to do different things. So I went back recently. I took a certification course and I noticed a lot of things. First off, I'm going to make another video talking all about certification classes and the things you should and should not be doing, because I heard and saw a lot. But we'll get into that in another video. For this video, I'll just answer the most commonly asked questions. Certification no longer costs anything. That is the biggest thing that I mentioned in my last video. All classes are free. So training is free. You don't have to worry about paying for anything, but you are not paid for training. Something that was different this time around compared to all of the other times that I have taken training in the past is that there is called what Arise refers to as a learn while you earn phase. So what this means is after you've been in class for about 2 weeks, you can start picking up hours and actually servicing and getting paid. So If the class is 4 hours long, say from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., you will be able to go to class like from 9 to 11. They usually give you a 20 or 30-minute break. And then you will be able to come back and you will be able to actually service the client the remaining time. You will get paid for the time that you service. And then you come back to class the next day, you debrief, ask any questions that you have about, scenarios that maybe happen on your calls and things like that. You'll go over those things and then you'll go back out and you'll service again. What is different is that you can also pick hours outside of class to service. It was never like that before. So that is something that's completely new. And one of the reasons why I'm glad that I did decide to go through certification again, because I learned a lot of things that are different than they were before. So Arise is certainly making changes for the better, in my opinion. And I will go over more of those changes in future videos as well. Lastly, I'd like to speak about choosing hours. So once you're finished with your certification class, you have passed, you are now servicing your client, you will be able to choose your own hours. Schedules are generally released 2 weeks in advance, and you choose your schedule in 30-minute increments. So what you will see on the screen is that every 30 minutes, you will be able to place a checkbox next to or in the hours that you would like to work. So what that means is if you want to work from 9 to 11 in the morning and then you want to schedule yourself a break for an hour between 11 and 12, you will be able to do that. Of course, you will customize this based on your schedule. You will be able to see in the opportunity announcement the hours that are most available for the client that you choose before you ever choose the class. That is another thing that I will go over in future videos. But just to keep this video short, because it has already been long enough, I do want you to know you can choose your schedule within 30-minute increments. If after watching this video, you have decided that you would like to give Arise a try and you would like to partner with HomeSource Staffing, please visit our website at homesourcestaffing.com/contact. Fill out the form there and we'll be happy to give you the next steps on getting started and help you along the way. Thank you so much for watching. Please share, comment, like, subscribe, and as always, be blessed. Take care.